Next up on my Steam library, I'm playing Randal's Monday. Randal's Monday is a point-and-click adventure game. It's a cartoony comedy style game. Its main character, Randal, is based on the character of Randal from the Kevin Smith movies, from Clerks, Clerks 2, and Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back, the guy who works in the video store next to the convenience store. Although it's not the same character name in the films. He's called Randal Graves. In this game, he's called Randal Hicks, but it's very much the same character, up to and including the point that he's voiced by the same actor, Jeff Anderson, and he has all the same sort of lines, all the same sort of smart-ass comments, and all the same kind of pop culture geek references. So it's a point-and-click adventure that's played very much for laughs and a very sort of comedic, pop culture-y, geeky story. The story itself is kind of a Groundhog Day type story. Randal is reliving a Monday over and over again, and things he does during the day kind of impact on the next day. It's not like he wakes up in the morning with a completely clean slate like Groundhog Day. It's like some things he does do impact on the next day, and some things turn out differently. But basically, it's as the title suggests, Randal's Monday. He's living over and over the same Monday, and he's trying to change the future. He's trying to make right something he's done wrong. So it's the usual point and click adventure kind of style of game. You point and click and you have your inventory where you collect your items that you pick up and combine items together in your inventory to form new items, and use those items on the environment to solve puzzles. There is a lot of dialogue in this game, a lot of dialogue it's all voice acted, so there's a lot of just sitting back and listening. I would say quite the vast majority of it is listening and listening to the dialogue and making dialogue choices of your own, but there are very long periods of just listening to dialogue as you go along, and then there's some puzzling, and then more long periods. I'd say it's probably at least sort of 75% at the moment listening to dialogue, and about 25% actually exploring and solving puzzles. But the dialogue is quite good. It's like I say, it's quite funny. It's chock full of pop culture references, and it's pretty well voice acted as well. So it's not too much of a chore to sit back and listen to, but there is a lot of it. The puzzles are a little obtuse at times. I did have to use the hint system a few times to sort of work out what the hell I was doing, and it was quite often a case of I just hadn't used a particular item in my inventory with a particular item in the environment. So if you absolutely want to avoid having to use the hints, then it's one of those where you really you have to use everything with everything, and you'll probably get through. But there were some times where I couldn't work out what I was supposed to be solving. Like, not what the solution to the puzzle was. I couldn't work out what the puzzle was. I couldn't work out what I was supposed to try and be working out a solution to. So that was a couple of occasions where the hint system saved me and told me, oh, I'm supposed to be looking for this, or I'm supposed to be trying to get this, and I didn't realise it in the game.
I'm sorry, Dave.
So I'm about 6.5 hours into it, and according to How Long to Beat, it's about sort of 13 to 15 hours long. So not even halfway through. I've just woken up on the third Monday, so I've still got quite a bit to do. So there's a fair bit of point and click adventure going to be done in this game. for the asking price of $14.99. Well, that seems like there's enough content there to justify that sort of asking price, but I would say still wait until you see it pop up in a sale, because you know, less is always better, right? But if you really wanted to get it, if you really sort of want a sort of pop culture geek sort of a point and click adventure game, then yeah, there's probably long enough and enough content there to justify the full price. And if you're a fan of the character of Randal from the Kevin Smith movies and Jeff Anderson's kind of style of acting and voice acting, his delivery, his very sardonic, sort of very dry, jokey style, then yeah, you'll be very pleased with the way this game comes across. So that's Randal's Monday, a funny point and click adventure based on the character of Randal from the Kevin Smith movies.